Kalal Wahawadla Yahweh, Basham Yashai, Basham Kakudash, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule and teach well. Peace and salutations to the brothers on the four corners of this earth, pushing the sword in truth and in sincerity. I am Brother Manatizak, it's another short video, yeah. This one gonna be another short one. And I mean, hopefully it's edifying to the spirit and power of Yahweh Basham Yashai. Yeah, this is just like a re-up. I won't say a repost. Let me call it a part two. Part two to the video I did yesterday, every day is a test, because what we need to understand, if we grasp that every day is a test, we would be more aware, we would be more circumspect, we would be more mindful. Yeah? If we are aware, if we keep that in the back of our head, hey, every day is a test. Every day is a test. You understand? Look, the Elder Gabar did a video talking about oh gosh, I forget the title. I believe it's this morning. Yeah, I think it's this morning. I was taking it in. He was talking about oh gosh, he was talking about how at the end of the day, meditate about what you did today and ask yourself if you did it the way your shy would have did it, or what would your shy have done? Did you know what I mean? Did it carry about yourself the way your shy would have carried about himself? Yeah. Every day is a test. Every single day is a test. So let me get on to it now. We go to the book of Philippians. Philippians 2 and verse 12. It says, "Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much, much, much more in my absence, work out your own salvation in fear and trembling." Gms.S.O.T.E, doc, I believe this is Elder. I think that video was now posted by Elder Ariam Lab, if I'm not mistaken. But anyhow, carry on. Yeah. It's a wherefore as ye have always obeyed, right? Not as in my presence only, but now much more in the absence, much more in the absence of the brethren, much more in the absence of the captain of your camp, or the head of your camp, or the elder of your camp. When you're not have wrong brothers, when you're by yourself, much more when you're by yourself, you have to be more circumspect, but keep the fact that, hey, every day is a test. What would Yahweh Shai do? You understand? That what Elder Gabar was talking about this morning. Elder Apostle Gabar Salakia. Well, what would Yahweh Shai do? See, meditate, on the sage you want to be like. He was just talking about it because he was playing a part of a video on stoicism, how to control your emotions or not be affected. Now your emotions affect your actions more or less. Yeah? Okay, if you rule on emotions, if you're an emotional person, you're going to fail every day at every test. Yeah? And we know that. You understand? You're going to fail. And that my friend, that is a hell of a thing. You understand? You see Hebrews 10 and verse 31. It says, "It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, of the Most High." It's a fearful thing to fall into his hands. That's why if you treat every day as a test, right, you would always be circumspect to the things you do, the things you say. You would be mindful, and that is a real important thing. Being circumspect. Being circumspect is not just about being circumspect about the ones that are wrong you're doing, and it's always about you first. It begins with you. Yeah? Because at the end of the day, you could pretend how much you want. You could know the entire Bible back and front, center, inside out. It means nothing if you're not circumspect and sincere. Yeah? If you're being circumspect, you will also be sincere. Because you wouldn't be circumspect if you're not sincere, because that extra work, you wouldn't put in that extra work if you're not sincere. You go only, you come like on a last minute, but I want to call it to do something here. These is not the things, you gotta always be on fire. Guys, we're always treating every day as a test coming, always being mindful of who we serve and why we here. What is our purpose? Well, what is our purpose and why we here is basically the same thing. You understand? Who we serve, who we ought to obey. Yeah? Regardless. You understand? And when you understand who we serve and who we ought to obey, you understand? You graduate again in the level of exams. If you understand that, hey, you serving the one true living, as the scripture say, living God, living power. You understand? Like something that would increase your faith immensely. You know? Hundredfold. Hundredfold. You know, you would watch situations and people, you understand, with a grain of salt, knowing that, hey, Yahweh is the creator of all spirits, boy. If this have to happen, he sent it. He authorized this to happen. So you know to go about it. You wouldn't get emotional about it. You know, all these things. That's why we ought to be mindful. Always be mindful. Now we go to the book of 1 Corinthians now. 1 Corinthians 10 and verse 12. It says, wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall. You understand? He say, let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall here. You thinking you standing on, you know, on good grounds. You thinking, well, all right, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. I ain't going through no tribulations or trials. You thinking you standing good? Well, I have the favor of the Most High. Me are going through nothing. You will fall. That could be a setup for your downfall. Getting in that comfortable spirit, that slumbering spirit. Book of Proverbs talk about that. A little slumber, a little folding of the hands. You know? We ain't the same we rest. We ain't by slumber is the last thing supposed to be on my mind. Right now, this is we exams. Yeah? Every day is our test. Every day is our test leading up to what our temptation. See, it's kind of like when you're going to school, you know? Every term, you have like weekly tests every week, every month, and then it have end of semester or end of term exams. You know, end of year exams, them finals, them big finals. The our temptation is our big finals. You understand? Well, really, Jacob's trouble, the our temptation more or less are supposed to, I believe, yeah, that is a simultaneous event. Jacob's trouble is when the MOT be on the scene, and that is the final exam. So yeah, it is. You understand? So our temptation, hey, that's going to be a hell of an exam. And watch me, if you do, you know what I mean, you know, when you're studying for a subject is do past papers, you know what I mean, you do small tests leading up to every, you know what I mean, leading up to that big final exam. So when you get a final exam, you know you're good. Hey, if we don't prepare now, if we do treat every day as a test now, if we do put we body under subjection now, in that time to come, we will fall. Yeah, but a true man of the Lord will understand and see the danger of how often hide himself. He go take heed, he'll be circumspect, he'll be sincere. You know? That man will be mindful. Will be mindful, but he will what? Take heed to where he stand. You understand? So he won't fall. According to 1 Corinthians. Alright? Let me go to the Apocrypha now. That's two precepts. Like 2 chapter 4 and 5. And there's Tobias talking to your son, she say, and that little remember the money that he had committed. Right. The point is in verse 5 here. It says, my son, be mindful of the Lord, our power, all the days, all thy days, Salakia, and let not thy will be set to sin, nor to transgress his commandments. Do uprightly all thy life long, every single day. and follow not the ways of unrighteousness. Like, you understand? Be mindful always. Or we say, my son, be mindful of the Lord, our power, all thy days, every single day, all your days, all your days. Be mindful, what would Yahushua do? What would he do? Have I spent my day as Yahushua would have spent his day? Did I carry about myself the way Yahushua would have carried about himself? Understand? All these things. These are the things we need to be mindful of. No, but we still have very terrible power, It's a very dread and terrible and dread and fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Most High. Yeah? You go to the book of Ezra 16, second Ezra 16. Final precept, I'll close it off after this. Because, the point already came across. 20. I'll start at 19. It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Amendment is what? Correction. You understand? For your punishment, the punishment for correction. Right? But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Yeah. But they're not mindful. They at ease, they slumbering. Behold, victual shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Right? So, that being said, we ought always to be mindful, treat every day as a test, because every day is a test. Yeah? Unless you fall into the hands of the Most High. And he let them scourges overtake you. You know? So that was say, Kalalal Wahawadla Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Kakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule and teach well. Peace and salutations to the brothers and the four corners of the earth pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. Brother Manatazak saying Shalom.